believe it's episode 3. So with me today, or with us all today, are myself, Coltrane, Tornado, and Ty the Human. So hello
What up, what
everybody.
up?
How you doing?
So,
Woo!
we can just pick a character and we'll find a spot in the map and we'll just sit up and chill. Actually, we can sit here. So, we're here to talk about a couple things today, and one of them is this. Actually, follow me. We're gonna go right here. We're gonna. One of the things we can talk about is this delightful map we're on right now, and it's Paris. It's so beautiful.
It's stunning. It's we must have some fun with the design. There's so much detail to it.
So I'm not gonna lie. This is one of my favorite maps in terms of just like how detailed it is and everything like that. But it's also one of my least favorite maps in terms of how it's laid out, because everything's so tight and there's so many ways to get in and out. And like, I don't know. I mean, I like it, like I said, for the scenic stuff, but I'm not a huge fan beyond that.
See, on the contrary, I actually really love Paris because of all the entrances and all the different ways you can go. It's not like you're going to play the same game every time you play.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you go into,
yeah, I think I should.
any of the... What?
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, you go into, like, Ilios and all the, like, you know, those maps. It's, like, one way in, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Like, you know those games where like you can create your own maps,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Okay.
kind of and it says like, well, here's your standard wall, and here's your standard corner, and here's your standard, and like some of the other maps, like Ilios, for example, at points looks a bit like that. Like the same thing's been dropped a few times around the map and so on. Like here, every single angle's different. Every single piece of artwork or every single piece of architecture is so different to each other. So it just, I don't know, it just looks delicious. But I agree with you actually, Ty. I think the first point is actually really interesting. I thought at first, because of how kind of deep the first choke was, that it was just going to be an absolute kind of ghost map. You know, everyone's just going to have to charge through there, sustain as high as possible. But actually, there's three or four different ways you can defend this, and therefore there's actually quite a few different angles that most of the longer sight lines and some of the flanker characters can take advantage of. So I don't know about you guys, but I think it's probably one of the easiest first points to take.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's one of the easiest first points, but it's also one of the hardest second points. Which is, I'm not gonna lie, why I kind of dislike it. I
see.
feel like it can be too easy on one and too hard on the other. But I mean, like all three of us can agree, it's beautiful. I mean, just look at this Eiffel Tower with the little balloons over top of it. It's awesome.
It's again, so you can almost kind of imagine them sitting on this project for a while and just think, you know, when are we going to do this one? Because it's now just seems such a win.
Oh yeah.
Like, say not just the kind of close detail that's sat right here, but also all the pianos and everything. They must have known everyone's going to love in terms of being able to
So
play the keys and.
here's a little fun fact for you guys. You might know this already, but I'm not sure who does or doesn't. But so with the addition of Paris, to I think the map collection of all the different maps, there are now there's 4 different map categories: Escort, Hybrid, Assault, and Control. With the addition of Paris, each category now has 5 maps. So there's 20 maps altogether. So Blizzard's been doing their homework and everything. They keep adding one at a time. So now they're like each category has 5 maps, which is pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
Keeping things even.
Have they ever deleted a map? I feel like...
No, they've never deleted a map or character. I think they've talked about like maybe in the far future if they get too many, but like nothing. They're not going to delete anything anytime soon, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like...
Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that one of my roommates was one time telling me that, like, season 1, they had a different map that they got rid of.
Maybe.
But I don't know much about it, so I can't talk to that.
Yeah, I will. I don't think I played much in season 1. I didn't kick back up until like season 6, 7, or 5, something like that. So I'm not
okay.
sure. Also, a shout out to everybody watching right now, because we have a few
Woo.
viewers and everybody's commenting. Hello.
Yay! Hi, guys!
So also.
One of the things that... Oh, you go.
Oh no, I was gonna say towards the end, so about 5 minutes in, about the last 10 or 15 minutes, we'll start taking questions from the comments. So if you have any questions you can think of them now, and then we'll ask in about 10 minutes. So go ahead, sorry.
I was say one of the things I actually love about Paris is how many walls there are. It's so easy to wall ride as Lucio.
Hmm.
I literally never have to touch the ground if I don't want to.
Well, Ty, I was gonna ask you, have you booped anybody off this edge right here where I'm at?
Yeah, well, during the skirm actually, it was like I was like, boop.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I've seen Hamster again rig up to the point here on the bench
Yeah.
and swing around that, and that's pretty lethal. I think once you've pretty much got 2 or 3 of your heroes beyond first choke, it's very hard not to take this point. I think it becomes very difficult as defenders to try and track all the different angles
Oh, yeah,
once
absolutely.
you pass that first stage point.
Yeah. So let's talk about something else that's also new. They have a lot of new reworks coming in, with a lot of new hero buffs and nerfs. I mean, that's a lot to talk about with those. But the one thing we can talk about is the new hero, Baptiste. I'm guessing you guys have seen all him and his abilities, and kind of obviously haven't played him yet unless you have PC, PTR. But he seems pretty cool.
I'm so excited for Baptiste. Honestly, based on the skills that he has and the way he's structured, he is gonna fit right into my hero pool. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah.
I think it was really interesting when they released him, because they made the comment and said, we didn't release this guy with any specific meta or playstyle in mind. We did it because we think actually he's gonna just kind of fit everyone.
Yeah.
And you do look at his kit and think, actually, I can't think of anyone really he wouldn't synergize with too much apart from the really mobile characters.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I personally think that he's pretty. I mean, he's obvious. Most heroes when they're released are like kind of OP and then they buff them down. So I can understand him being a
Yeah.
little strong at first. But the one thing I think is OP, and Red, I see in the comments. I was about to say that is the immortal field that he puts down. It's just so
Yeah.
like. I mean, it cancels everything unless you destroy that little floating drone. It deflects or stops everything.
But it has a 20-second cooldown. I mean, if you think about it, like Mercy's old ult was to res,
Yeah, but
and now she does that as an ability. So it's
yeah, but think of it this way: if I can use one ability, not an ult, if I can use one ability to cancel out, say 2 or one ult like a Diva Bomb or Reaper ult, I think that's a fair trade. Or in the Baptiste's mind at least, a one ability for like 1 or 2 ults, and then it's a 20-second cooldown. I'll get it right next fight or later that fight. Like, I just think it's a little OP in the sense of like, you spend all that time building an ult, and then you throw it, and then all right, Baptiste throws his ult down. Yeah, he has a 20-second cooldown, but I mean that's one team
Yeah.
fight. So
It's kind of like, I think the coordination is going to be important, like in quick play and so on, and he's just going to dominate because, again, you're not going to have the coordination to, once he's put that field down, to either take out the beacon or, everyone's down at 20%. Like, that's still a pretty quick kill once that field drops. Or
Yeah.
stopping a healer getting in. I think with any level of coordination, it'll be one of those things that actually isn't too difficult to play against, as long as you're aware of it.
oh yeah.
But once, if he pops it and you weren't expecting it, that's when you're going to be in trouble, and
Yeah.
you haven't got a plan for it. You're going to be.
And his ult's also crazy with the I can't remember the actual
Yeah.
name of it, but you put that barrier up. and it-
amplification field.
Amplification. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And you practically almost double your healing going through it and your damage, and it goes both ways. If you're like somebody, if the ability field is between me and Ty right now, it would just go both ways for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
Well,
it's go on.
you can go. You go.
No, I was going to say it's basically like a 2 or 3 way nano. So for every healer you have, you can pretty much keep somebody up no matter what. Anna, for example, is going to be absolutely so strong when you play with Baptiste.
Oh yeah.
Like the long range and short range healing from the two of them is going to be insane.
So, also something else we really didn't get to talk about too much at the beginning, which you probably should have, was anybody that's watching and really doesn't know who or what we are. We're the Bronze Tacos, a PS4 Discord Facebook group. We have a community of over 300 people. We have weekly scrims. The league is Taco Talk, and it's all streamed and commentated, and we talk about different Overwatch subjects like we're talking about now. And I'm sure one of our lovely mods can put a link to the Discord in the comments. Yeah, that's who we are. So, but yeah, I think we're all excited for the Baptiste Paris. We were all really excited about, And I think Baptiste and the rest of the stuff's going to go live within next month or two, I believe, once they tweak some things. So.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Someone posted in, I think it was our Department of Mimography. It was like, the amplification field. That just sounds like Orisa's supercharger with extra steps.
Yeah, right.
Very true.
Yeah.
At least until I play them and I know better, but...
Yeah, well, I think that field provides more damage boost shoot and throw it than an Orisa ult. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because that's the trade-off. It's like Orisa can get 6 people around her, but she does less, like boosting. Plus, she can't do heals. That doesn't help with healing.
Yeah, it doesn't help with healing, which I thought was kind of cool to add that it'll help healing.
Yeah. So
The only thing I got to figure out now is how I'm gonna map my controller for him, because I have crouch set to my right D-pad, which if I'm trying to escape and shoot and aim, I'm not gonna want to have to take my hand off of that to crouch and jump.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You almost have to move your controls around for him. Especially if depending on how you play him or how you want to play him, pretty much. But yeah, it's just crazy. But so let's move on to our next topic. So we've done a lot of in the future, and we're doing the past. A lot of scrims, and we do a lot of stuff with the league as well. So I know just recently we've had a 3v3 tournament. We've been having some weekly scrims. They've been going awesome. I mean, we've been doing them forever, honestly. And we've got a bunch in the future. So for anybody interested, we'll go on our Discord, and we have scrims every week, and you can see the days and times on them and sign up for those. And yeah, they're pretty awesome. But I think another big thing we do is the league, and Season 2 is upcoming, and I think a lot of people are excited for it.
I know I am.
I know all 3 of us are playing, and something else, another little fun fact for everybody is me and Ty are on Rebel Squad, and Tornado, you're on the Horseman, correct?
We are.
Well, we face each other first match of the season.
We do.
Woo!
We do.
Rebel Squad's gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It's there's the number of people involved now. It's crazy. Like if you look at where we were with the first season,
Oh
how
my,
many people are on those teams, like to now just really look at the number of people who are on the Discord who are all chatting out, being part of it. And again, there were so many people who during the last season wanted to get in on it, and have been really waiting and hoping Season 2 came along.
Season 1 went a lot better than we thought it would go. Obviously, just like anything with the trial run, we had made mistakes. We tried to learn from them. We'll probably make mistakes in Season 2. We're human, we're still learning. But I think we're going to improve on a lot of things. We've expanded to 8 teams. It's going to last 14 weeks, 8 teams. So I don't have the team list in front of me. I want to go off the top of my head. I know Rebel Squad, Horsemen, Trash Pandas, Leftovers, Chompettes, Legion.
I need healing.
I need healing,
Chuck?
and then Nacho Daddies.
That's it.
And that's 8. And
That's the 8.
All right.
I think it's gonna be pretty fun, and it's gonna be 14 weeks, 2 matches a week, and then the playoffs are gonna be 4 teams playing each other, just single elimination, and that'll be about 2 weeks after the season, just so we can get scheduling purposes.
Yeah.
But it's pretty interesting. I was looking at I'm kind of the one who looks over the SRs and this and that for the most part, and all the teams are really close with the SRs. Like it's kind of crazy. Like honestly, just almost, or not even almost, actually all 8 of the teams could go into a comp match now, and they would have a chance of matching up with each other comp SR wise. Like it's so crazy.
Yeah.
We should do that one day.
God. Yeah.
All 8 teams into a random comp. Eventually, we'd end up with each other. Probably.
That would be
see
so
if
much
someone
fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, we made some changes. We had some cool things going, and overall, it's gonna be really cool. Something else that's cool is we have people from all across the world, literally the world, playing in the league. Yeah. We have 2 EU teams. Well, you're part of one of them, correct, Tornado?
Yeah, of course.
2 EU teams. We have uh, 6. I think the other 6 are North American, but I mean, there's still members on each team from like
Mm.
Asia. I think like Middle East, Europe, North America, like all across, which I think that's pretty awesome. Like, I don't know, just
Yeah.
people across the world are playing in this, and just I don't know, it makes me happy at least.
It's so cool. It's just that I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I've only really got into competitive online gaming as I started playing Overwatch,
Same.
and just the whole concept is just mind blowing. In that you sat there, kind of, at your sofa at home, and yet these people who, you met a few weeks, months, whatever ago, suddenly just become part of your what you do every
So,
week. It's just unbelievable.
so for the people in the comments, I want to ask you guys a question. And I'm asking this because you have to give 2 answers. And this because I know people are going to vote for their own teams. But who do you think in the comments are going to be the 2 teams in the championship? Obviously, everybody's going to say their team is, but who do you think you'll face? If you know, I'm
Yeah,
curious.
that's a good way to put it.
You're asking us?
Well, yeah, we can ask us too. Who do you think? I know. Well, I know that one big thing is a lot of the teams nobody knows who it is or who each other is, and I think that's cool. But I honestly can see. Well, I see in there at Haxic. I can see Legion in there, and only because they won season 1. And then past that, I'm not sure honestly.
I think they see. I think Legion are obviously a great team, but I look at each setup that are going out there, and I think there's a strat which each team seem to be going towards, and it's going to be really hard to call that until you're actually getting matched. But if you look at how far Chug Life managed to get on a fantastic strat, something
Yeah.
which actually, comfortably dealt with most of the people that came up against them. I think it will come down to play style, and I'm personally, I'd be astonished if we see too much goats, because we didn't see a lot of goats in season 1.
Well,
Which was
I
refreshing.
don't think.
so I
Sorry.
think
That was refreshing to not have a lot of goats.
Absolutely.
So I think one of the biggest misconceptions of people at, I would say, Diamond, maybe Low Masters and below, and I know people might not like it when I say this, but it's the truth, is the goats are mainly played in the pros because of the mechanics and
Yeah.
things like that. Like, obviously, like people at lower ranks can run goats, but it doesn't mean it's going to be as perfect as that professional player that's getting paid $500,000 a year. You know what I mean?
No.
That's
So I
true.
think that's another reason why a lot of people don't run goats. Is I mean, yeah, just because somebody's got a widowmaker, if she's a decent widowmaker, she can still pick off goats because if they're
Yeah.
not that organized. So just because a team runs goats or any comp that percent at our levels, lower levels, it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect.
Yeah. I think Overwatch really struggles when one strat is being played over the others at the pro level like it is being now. But also it means that people don't really understand the level of coordination that's required. Your positioning on goats could be like 2 or 3 feet out, and suddenly that whole strat doesn't work. Whereas if you're playing dive and you're 2 or 3 feet out, well, that's going to happen because you're diving. So, although it doesn't look as exciting, and I don't think it should be a dominating meta like it is a lot tougher to pull off than people think, and a lot easier to shut down when it's not played precisely how it should be.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Very
absolutely.
true. Very true.
Yeah, I think season 2 is going to be interesting with all these new teams. I mean, SR doesn't make as much of a difference if you could be a lower SR and beat another team higher if you're more coordinated. I mean, it's not just
Yeah.
mechanical skill; it's mechanical skill, it's teamwork, it's knowing the comps. It's so many things. I mean, you could sit here and talk about it for an hour, but I mean, it's so many things.
Yeah. It's going to be great to see the teams go at it, and hopefully get that kind of thing you're getting all great leagues, which is one team doesn't necessarily beat all. Rock paper scissors doesn't work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so kind of finish it up with the league subject, and in comments in about a minute, think of a question if you want to start asking questions. You got about 10 minutes left on Taco Talk. But I finish up with the league. Once again, I just think it's going to be interesting with all these teams, and shoot, I hope we have some really good games like we did last season because it was pretty awesome. So
Is
comment. comments, do you have any questions for us? And we're going to keep talking, but if you have a question, just put it in there and I'll
Pop
read
it
it.
in there.
Yeah, pop it in there and I'll read it. So but next thing, Kat asked a question.
I mean, while waiting for the chat, I'll happily throw in a shameless plug for Tornado Tuesday, which is a week this Tuesday, which we have no idea whether that's going to work or not, but I think it'll be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun, yeah. We should talk about our Facebook page that we just started, actually.
Of course, we should.
So, for all of our viewers, we have a Facebook page that we just started for the Bronze Tacos. All of our events are scheduled through there, so you can RSVP on Facebook, actually, and see who's going to be there.
Yeah, I think that Facebook page is going to be awesome. We're still working on it a bit, I believe, but it's really going to be awesome.
I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I'm a Facebook person, so I like Facebook stuff.
I think it would hopefully will genuinely feel different to a lot of other Facebook groups you see for Overwatch.
Right, so I got a ton of questions in the comments. So I'm gonna start reading them off.
Perfect.
All right, so we're gonna roll through them. So Kat asked, first one, who do you think is gonna win season 2? And I'm gonna go out and say Nacho Daddies.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's gonna be Nacho Daddies and Legion, and I think Legion's gonna. I think Nacho Daddies is gonna win. But who do you guys think?
I also think Legion's gonna make it. I'm not sure who's on Nacho Daddies, so I can't confirm. But I think that you're probably right. They probably have a good shot at it. So.
God.
I think Nacho Daddies are looking strong. I think. I don't know. I'd be lying if I didn't think we had a shot, but of course, why would you get involved in it if we didn't?
Very, very true.
I can't wait to see the first week fixtures because I think it'd be really hard to make a call until then. And I feel Legion, everyone's kind of seen what they do. I think they're going to try and have a plan for it. And it'll be a really tough season for them, which I think they'll absolutely relish.
Well, Legion has their whole team coming back. Just kind of like Rebel Squad, and so that's a big advantage for them. But anyway, let's move on because we have a lot of questions. So the next one, there's a bunch of questions. I apologize if I missed one because they're kind of just going through. The next one was how many? Oh God, I need to go back through the comments. Look. So I think somebody asked, how do you think Baptiste is going to affect the meta? If I read that correctly, it kind of went up in the thing. Me personally, I think that in the lower ranks, it's gonna help. I don't know, just in many different comps. But I think in the higher ranks, it's going to. I think it's gonna help goats, unfortunately, and just because of the overall field.
You go.
No, I was just gonna say I think it's gonna help goods because of the invulnerability field. But yeah, go ahead.
So I was actually gonna say I think it might counter goats because with an invulnerability field, you're not as reliant on your tanks. You're not as reliant on a shield.
Mm-hmm.
And also with the amplification matrix, words are hard. Your DPS is gonna be able to put out so much more damage. You'll be able to tear through their tanks with the right DPS characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's basically going to give everyone a boost. He's an absolute glass cannon, and I think one change is going to make to pretty much all setups is that in the same way that if you've got a Mercy in the game now, she's one of your preferential targets. She's one of the ones you want to take out first. I think that is now Baptiste.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
If they play Mercy, Bastion, Baptiste, I honestly don't know who you go for first. Your stat kind of. I'd usually be going for a Bastion first in that setup, but now I don't know. It's it might produce a lot of
Bastion.
No, this is it. Yeah. I think it might also lead to more mirror comps.
Yeah.
When you can't beat something, you just go right. Well, let's just go same as them and outplay them.
Pro-wise, it's going to be hard to say until it actually comes out. I think. Well, at least because a lot of the pros are still in Overwatch League and they're still running good because they're still in the middle of their season, so they're not really playing much Baptiste just because they're still focusing on this. And by the way, Rocky, I saw your comment of who's going to win Rebel Squad. And I need healing this week, and we're definitely gonna win.
Woot woot! Let's go. We can do it. We've been practicing.
Yes, we've gotten a lot better. A lot better. So let me go through these comments because we have a bunch of. Comments. Keep asking questions if you want. We are. Unfortunately, on my screen, the comments go way after like 4 comments, so it's hard to see.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull them up.
We got about 5 minutes left.
Buns, tacos. I have to watch an ad. I can't even watch my own stream.
Live TV, eh?
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think overall, I think in the coming months, just a lot of comps could change. Pro and lower levels, Baptiste, all these nerfs and buffs. Like, there's so much stuff going on. It's hard to predict. It's like, if you have one change, like, all right, I can calculate this, but it's like, I don't know, changing a bunch of stuff. It's hard to predict.
If you throw in the whole soup, it just looks like everybody's getting. Anyone who's got projectile is getting a little bit of a buff in terms of. So I think team fights will not last as long, which is why I say Baptiste like a glass cannon in the new setup, because I do think team fights going to be quicker unless your healers can sustain the fight longer. Whereas now it just kind of happens because you've got a huge health pool and the healing is really high. I think it will start to become. You sustain it if your coordination is fantastic, and you're targeting, and if you can prioritize a fight. If you can't, you're going to really struggle.
Yep. Nation.
So one of the questions that someone.
Okay. Were you going to say
one of the questions that someone asked was, "Is it too late to join a team?"
No, you can still join a team. Just join our Discord. I'm sure one of our mods in the comments can kind of explain how to join and everything. But no, you can join a team. It's still not too late.
Cool.
The comments can probably explain more about that, but Nation asked, what's the difference between Season 1 and Season 2? Outside of more teams, is the schedule longer, and are the playoffs different? So how everything's different. We got about a couple of minutes left to wrap things up here. But some things that are different is, obviously more teams. This season is 14 weeks instead of 6 weeks, outside of playoffs. And then playoffs this time are 4 teams instead of 2 teams. And also the SR cap was raised. So there's a bunch of little things that were changed, but those are the 3 big things, just the weeks, teams, and SR. Yeah, so we got about 2 minutes left, so I think we'll take one more question from the comments, and then we will get ready to wrap it up. Did you have one, Tiger? I'm sorry, I cut you off earlier. I apologize.
No, but there is one more that was posted. It was, why can Genji deflect a giant hammer, but he can't, never mind. He can't eat a mech back into this direction.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think Genji's one of my least played characters, honestly. Not in a bad way.
I don't know much about Genji.
Yeah, not a big Genji guy. I play Zarya, I kill Genjis.
Yeah.
I play Lucio, I run away from Genjis.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Jeez. But I think that's about it. Well, we got about a minute and a half left. Everybody's got one more question in the comments. We can answer one more question. So, but wrapping it up, yeah, we've talked about the league so far. We've talked about Paris. We've talked about some scrims. We've talked about a lot of stuff. And we will have another Taco Talk in about 2 weeks. We talked about the Facebook. Once again, if you want to join the Facebook or the Discord, just, you can probably find one of the mods in the comments posting a link to the Discord or the Facebook, and then we can go from there. So I don't see any more questions, so I think we're going to wrap this up, and I think we've had a pretty good Taco Talk today. Thank you guys for talking with all of us, and thanks for all the viewers and everybody commenting. So, any last comments, guys, about anything?
No, just join our Discord.
Yeah,
we're friendly.
Also,
Tuesday.
Also, we are non-toxic 18+ Discord Bronze Tacos, so that's a little about us. So, once again, thanks everybody, and we will talk to you later. See ya.